Hey everybody, my name is Brad Hudson and I'm a solutions engineer here at Intuit, and I'm excited today to talk to y'all about a new repo we have with some transactional Node.js examples. This is the repo. It's going to be under our Intuit developer GitHub, and today I'm going to walk y'all through how you can use it to get up and running with our transactional API very quickly. So right here in the overview, you'll see that it's called Transactional Node Samples. You can read a little bit about it. You can get a link to our documentation. And then we're going to have a number of items here related to getting started, the use cases, which we're going to go over, and a few other items here, such as having the right version of Node, having a transactional API key, etc. Before we jump in, let's go ahead and just take a look at our structures. So we have a scripts folder here, which these are going to be executable scripts, which I will run shortly. We also have a use cases folder here, which is going to cover a lot of documentation and kind of show you how things work. So let's say that the most simple example of sending a single email to a single recipient. You'll be able to see the code here and kind of get a feel for the message structure, some advanced options that you can include, etc. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So here on the first page, we're going to find in our installation section under getting started that we need to clone the repo. So we're going to simply copy our SSH instructions. Beautiful. So we have our transactional node repository cloned, and we'll see that we need to cd into that. Great. So now we have this code locally here, and our next step is going to be to cd into the scripts folder and run npm install. The reason we have to do that is because this is where our package.json file is. Excellent. So now that we've run our npm install, we have all of our libraries installed. So now the last thing to do is to set up our API key and configure a few of our default email addresses that we have here in our environment file. So let's go over to our terminal and let's create a .env file. So we could go ahead and create it, and we see that we have it. Here we'll go ahead and use nano to edit the file, and we can copy this sample, paste it in, and so we need to fill out a few of these items. So first thing we're going to need is our API key. So let's navigate over to our transactional API app here, and we're going to go under our settings. We have this new API key option. Okay, great. So here we have our API key. We'll go ahead and click copy, and over here we'll paste that in. Here, let's go ahead and just configure our default emails. And we are just going to do the same for both. But we'll change the name. Okay, great. So let's just go ahead and save that work. So now we have everything set up. We have our env, we have the code cloned down. So now we are ready to run our code. So the next item is run a script from the folder. So the most simple example that we talked about is just emailing a single recipient. So let's go ahead and do that. Beautiful. So here we get some logs saying that the email has sent successfully, and we have a couple of other little items here that we've included. But the most important thing is to go over to our inbox and see that it's sent. Here it is. Hello HTML world. So if we go back to our script, let's go check out the email with single recipient. We'll see here that we at the top we've loaded in our API key and our libraries. Here we're creating a message. We have an HTML version, we have a plain text version, we have our subject. Here's that from email and name that we configured in our environment. Here's the to. We have some headers. And then of course, here is the function that runs whenever we call this file. So we have our send email, and what we're doing is we're using the MailChimp transactional library, the node package, to send that. So we just call mailchimp.messages.send, and it sends this email. And it's really as simple as that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the other scripts really quickly, because we have a number of items here. So we have email with a single recipient, we have email with merge tags, attachments, we have a template example, and then we have a kitchen sink example. And the kitchen sink example is going to use a lot of the options. So as you see, we have like all of the tracking in here. We have attachments and images. We have important marked as true and all of these other options. So this is more of a complete all fields being used example. Let's go ahead and run a few of these. So merge tags are just custom fields. And if we take a look at this script, we'll see these little brackets everywhere. So these are those merge tags, and as you kind of look down, you'll see like here we have membership level is marked as premium, and then up here you'll see membership level in the email being sent. And there it is. And we can just do that for the rest of these if we like. We have this example that has attachments. So we have a little sample PDF down here. And so what this does is this loads up the sample PDF. It also loads up a plain text attachment as well, just for example purposes. And just like that, we see our sample attachment, and this demo text file was created. So just like that, we can run all of these. Let's run the kitchen sink example as well. So kitchen sink has been queued up. There it is. So this is using as many features as possible for this email. And then finally we have a template. So with email templates, you need to create a template before using it. And if we kind of navigate back over to our transactional app here, we can look under the outbound section. Under templates, we'll see that we have a welcome template demo. Well, our script is actually going to create a different template called hello template. So let's go ahead and run this. Template has been created. There it is. And now, let's see what we called the send. I think email with template, perfect. Now we can just run email with template, and we should get this to come through. Perfect. And we can take just a quick look at this. So here you'll see that in this create template file, we have a code section, and we have all of this HTML. So hello, merge fields, a little MC edit block, and then if we go over here to our hello template, we will see all of that as well. So hopefully this library helps you all out, and if you have any questions, please come see our office hours, and we would love to have any feedback. So please have a great rest of your day, and good luck using our API. Thank you.